Good morning. This is All In Within Mind, Body, and Spirit Fitness. Today, our subject is going to be on mental toughness and mental toughness from this book 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. And today I picked the mental toughness secret of the world class achieves happiness from being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. So let's just get right into it, okay? While average people are on a psychological manhunt for happiness, the world class rank recognize that happiness cannot be pursued directly. The great ones know happiness is a byproduct of living life to the fullest. The pros forget chasing happiness and focus on fulfilling the vision they have carefully constructed. Happiness eludes the masses because they haven't invested time and energy to study the animal. The masses repeatedly attempt to create happiness from the outside in, where the great ones know sustained happiness stems from being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. Average people have mastered short term happiness, easily gained through instant gratification mechanisms such as eating, spending money, or engaging in any pleasurable activity. The world class invests a substantial amount of time ensuring their future happiness by creating congruency between who they are and what they're doing and where they're going. Champions are masters at doing such things as marrying the right people, selecting jobs they love, and building friendships with people they respect and admire. As a result, they indirectly develop a deep sense of gratitude and happiness. And the quote for this secret is the human spirit needs to accomplish, to achieve, to triumph, to be happy. So let's go around the room. We could talk about being and becoming. And maybe what was one thing where you said, I'm acquiring too much bullshit. I'm possessing too much bullshit. Time to get rid of some of the bullshit, the mountain full of crap that nobody needs,
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll go around the room and talk about all right. Patrick, you're up first.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, no, well-being is you're working on your inner self. You're not you're not taking. You're building yourself up to being a person that you truly look up to yourself. Yourself. You're looking at in the mirror, and a lot of the time, like in my life, and I didn't realize like how much of I guess you could say piece of shit or whatever. You don't really look at yourself. You don't do a self check until you kind of see the light. Until you kind of see the light, and you're like, and have I really been living this way? And being a true person, a true good person. And nowadays, people are, not everyone, but a lot of people are just kind of lost in, building themselves up.
Right.
You see it everywhere, actually. You see it everywhere. It's very common. It's very, very common. And it goes all the way from diet to alcohol, to drugs, to smoking. And what I'm going to say is have some self-respect. Have some self-respect in what you're looking at in you.
Right.
Now, I was talking to somebody yesterday about, they asked me about vaping and smoking, if I've ever vaped or smoked. And I said, no, I said, I've never smoked cigarettes. I've never vaped. And they were like baffled. And I'm like, what? They're like, oh, that's wow, wow. And I'm like, really? That's not really that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible for you. It's horrible for you. And I said, have some self-respect. And they're like, yeah, wow, that it makes sense. So taking a look at you and being, I like to use the word good, being a good person, giving that out, and you will acquire whatever is meant to be.
Right.
If you look at it that way, I think that's the healthiest way to move forward, is to build up the best you, and be work on being a good person, and then you will acquire, right? Then you'll acquire, and then you will be able to give a lot of the time instead of receiving. I think
Right.
giving trumps receiving. Giving trumps receiving by, I mean, it's just a completely
Absolutely.
different, it's a different feeling altogether, right? It's just a different feeling, you know. So
Kicks
that's what
off the
I'm
receiving
after.
process.
I'm after the giving. I'm after the giving. I'm after, being humble, and being comfortable with what I'm doing and who I'm being. So I'll leave it at that for the start. I'll
There you go.
leave it right
That's what's
there,
up.
and you guys can go from there.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, to become though, you have to have a self-investment process to become the person that you want to become. Being and becoming something
Yeah.
other than, I started off as an addict, and now just through self-investment over and over and over again, repeating the same stuff, you become something else. So Aaron, you're up
Yeah,
next.
that's it. That's exactly it. You start repeating good behavior instead of negative behavior towards yourself, and you're going to become a better human being. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it works.
Better
So
quality
yeah, I
human.
agree with you 100%.
That's what we're after here. Better quality human being.
That's
Aaron,
it.
are you around, bud?
All
right.
Call somebody else. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. Brandon, what's up, bud? The world class achieves happiness from being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. So what you got for that, bud?
I think a huge answer in life is to stop looking to the exterior for solutions to your problems and start looking within, and start to look inside and to God and to the real spiritual reality that works for so many people, of just all the things that were just said, for sure, of absolute humility and service to the higher purpose, and intention. I really think is everything, man. If I make a mistake, even if I do make a mistake, everybody around me knows that my intentions are good. So the next thing after intentions, I think, is keeping your circle small, keeping the circle or strategic, keeping your inner circle and your inner peace very well pruned, as has been previously discussed in past episodes, right? Just very well pruned, well tailored agenda and service to a higher cause, and helping nature, helping others, and becoming strong. We have been told by Einstein to pay attention to nature, to understand everything better. And, all the greats have told us all these different things. And I just think that naturally we came here to get everything here that has life in it, came here to get strong, help others, and play a role in the larger scheme of things. And it seems that's the most fulfilling, purposeful, meaningful existence for most people, definitely most of our mentors, so to find that cause inside and to make your intentions great, I think really lead to happiness and that shade of spectrum of light that we're talking about right here, as far as inner strength.
Absolutely, man. I like how you said the problems are within. So the only way that an internal problem can be solved is internally. You have to travel within and realize you have the keys to solve that problem.
And I would say stacking all your adversity, that self-imposed adversity, is like really that yesterday's episode really super important. I think if you continuously just put these challenges on self, which is arguably what we came here to do, we came to this holodeck to build strength. This is the most clearest thing that I see, is we're supposed to get strong, right? And so yesterday I did a 2-mile swim in the ocean. Now I'm gonna go do a few miles into this run of the gods, dude. I'll get you guys videos from out here and send them in the chat later, because I have to do it before I leave.
Nice looking. Wait.
Okay,
2-mile swim, huh? In the ocean. That must have been invigorating. Holy shit.
Shark bait.
You gotta
I think it was 2.
when you get into these. When you get into these conversations, you have to really sit there and reflect on what you're talking about and get into the feeling, like spiritual guidance and being spiritual. It's not a small topic. It's very in depth. It's very in depth. It's you have to be at peace, and you have to be able to accept, and there's so many, to be truly spiritual is, I would say, it's a gift for sure too. It'd be a gift, but to work on that truly is a really the experience of that is very unique. It's a very unique experience, and it's a very enlightening experience.
Absolutely.
Right? And not just to throw the word around like, oh yeah, I'm spiritual. No, you're not. Don't, I'm working on being spiritual. I'm not just going to say, oh, I'm spiritual. Yeah. No, I'm working on being spiritual, because I have a lot of flaws that aren't spiritual, that are not spiritual, right? Like, let's be truthful here. Let's be truthful and say, hey, I'm working on it. Because you have a lot of other things that go against it, and the biggest one is ego.
Sure.
And self.
That's true.
Ego and self, which is not.
Yep.
Which is
if I may add to this,
go ahead.
Oh, I just think one thing that we're all, yeah, that's very accurate. We're all working on being spiritually. No one is a spiritual master. This is a journey. It's a never-ending journey, in fact, which also is almost is the most beautiful part that I was able to see in just a few steps of my journey. Like, oh wow, this is just like nature. Like, you're never going to learn everything. Now no one person's ever going to learn. It's never going to get boring, you know. And so that's why I like very spiritually seeking and journeying individuals. They miss the fitness thing, you know, fitness and intense fitness. I mean, like, just leaving it all on the field, everything you've got as an organic life form, I think is a huge part of finding, you know, it can be found in stillness, like, right? If we just look at where people are finding it most, it can be found in stillness, study, prayer, and then people in this room know through intense physical fitness, because I go to a couple religious organizations as well on a regular basis, and the one thing they're missing in there is the fitness coaching. There's no mention ever, you know what I mean, in church or at the mosque. Usually I haven't heard it too much, you know what I mean. And there's such a zone there, right? There's such a spiritual building zone there.
Fucking A.
Well,
Yeah, they could tap in further through fitness for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the body and
And
mind
be
are
on point.
inseparably connected.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else is can affect spirituality. Well, I mean, big time is instant gratification.
Absolutely.
You know, lust and sex and all this, you know, all that type of action, where your mind goes, that isn't spiritual, right? It is like a selfish,
yeah.
yeah, it's a selfish thing. And for an alpha male, that takes practice. Takes practice. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it's like this again, it's a good subject, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, yeah, I have a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? The mind is the mind is a very powerful thing. And to get away from what I want that's a lot of work for me. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for me.
To recognize when you're acting from self or ego, and then pursuing of a purpose, a higher self, something higher than self, you know. That's the voice you should listen to. Easier said than done when you're operating from I need and I want.
Yeah.
But to recognize that voice is the only way to defeat it, right? To recognize it and then slowly just say, no, I am not falling to the lower self.
Yeah.
I'm on a mission. You know?
Yeah, okay. Kevin's got something.
Yo, Kevin, what's up, bud?
Yeah, for me, it all comes down to inner peace, like you said. Like, you know, if you look at it and you strip away the ego or the negative or all this other shit, but you look at, you know, what's the most valuable things that we can possess is, you know, our morals, our values, and peace. So I think, and what goes back to like just being good, like you always say, is, you know, if you have your morals in check, you have your values in check, and you can be at peace with whatever bullshit comes your way, then I think you're good. I mean, we all have lots of growing and lots of moves to make, but chop out the negative stuff, and just stick to your morals and values. And I think you'll find peace within that.
That's great. Yeah. Morals, values, virtues.
Yep.
That's what's up for sure.
Which is a lot of work.
Endless. It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Especially when you're
it's a lifetime, right?
creating the change
Yeah.
to do that. That's where
Yeah,
real work
actually really
lies.
it's deep. It's very
Guys like us,
I'll
we
be
enjoy it now, right?
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it was
it's,
tough at the beginning. It was tough to make those serious internal changes in the beginning because the brain works off a subconscious drive, right? And you got to reprogram that shit so it's autonomous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
For
can
sure.
go out, you know, becoming is more emphasizes the process of growth, right? And self-discovery, whereas acquiring is more material possessions and external achievements, pats on the back, blah, 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 right? There's so
Right.
much more fulfillment in being and becoming because you're true to yourself. You're constantly evolving. And there is, you know, a lot deeper satisfaction as compared to just acquiring things, right? Because you could have all the shit in the world and you still could be just spiritually unfulfilled, right? And there's a huge like self-awareness that is attached to being, becoming, and that requires like an introspection, right? And of the self-awareness, and it really involves like what we do is understanding our values, our strengths, our weaknesses, what we need to work on, the desires. The journey of the self-discovery is just awesome, man, right?
Yeah, it is.
And then another part of that is adapting. We're people that become and being and becoming are very more adaptable. People who are stuck in the material world have a hard time with unforeseen change. You know, like take for example the COVID lockdown. A lot of people like really figured out just how ungrateful they actually were. Or we saw it. It was like, holy shit, you know, okay, your favorite bar closed for a year. Oh, boo hoo, you know? And then like relationships, cultivating meaningful relationships, like with us here, you know, connections with others that are, it's more important about being and becoming. That's a huge core of what we are here, right? This genuine connection here. What else was I thinking of? Like our legacy too. You know, a person that is being and becoming something will leave a way better legacy than a person that just acquired a bunch of shit and like wrote it in their will that, you know, their grandson Johnny, you know, I bequeath you the farm and shit like that, right? Well, okay, Johnny got the farm, but he really didn't know what it took to get the farm, right?
Right. Yeah.
I guess my last little thing
Never
would be
became
right.
someone who could take care of a farm.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Or yeah, like, you know, having I want $1 million. Well, that's not how do I get $1 million? That's not the proper question. The proper question is, who do I need to become to draw in $1 million, right?
That is the proper
because
question.
then the $1 million is a beautiful byproduct. You weren't going for that. If I'm trying to make $1 million, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
And then made me think of success is a byproduct of the person you become.
Yes, right? Exactly.
So, man, you were dropping some good stuff, man. Keep going.
I guess to kind of sum it up, prioritizing, being and becoming prioritizes that internal growth. the self-awareness, the meaningful connections like we have here over that external acquiring and accumulation of everything outside our bodies, right? And
Yeah.
acquiring possessions and achievements, you know, that's good. That's good. We're not denouncing that at all, but that shouldn't be your main driver, because you will, what's next? What after you filled that desire of getting the $1 million? Okay, I got the $1 million. Cool. Now I can, you know, buy what I want, right? As opposed to like the pursuit of being and becoming is just it provides such a more fulfilling and rich journey that we are on in this world.
Yes. Yeah. The
Well, that's
journey
what I
of
say about like
personal
looking at your
development.
morals.
What's that, Kevin?
That's what I say about looking at your. That's what I say about looking at your morals and your values, right? Because it's like,
Yes, dude.
okay, like
Huge.
what are your what are your like number one morals or values is like, okay, well, like we talked about earlier, like, you know, we women, pets, kids, like if you cross that line, like, you know, you've crossed the line, fucking guillotine. So like I don't put up with that shit, so that's a good thing. So it has nothing to do with making $1 million, but it's it'll give you peace to know that if you do have to guillotine someone or knock someone's head off, it's because your morals or your values are in check. You know, that's the boundary that
Exactly.
I'm trying to say how, you know what I mean? Like if you look at it and it's like acquiring or possessions or shit, like you don't morally need a fucking $1 million. You don't
No,
value
you
$1
don't.
million. You know, it has nothing to do with getting there. And then the same thing with like people or relationships or whatever it is like, you know, I don't it's not like, I don't know how you say it, but it's like if I don't know if you're ready to like guillotine someone or go in with you know, I'm fucking all over the map trying to figure out how to get to that, but I just think that if you have your morals and your values in check and it'll help you come at peace with everything else, and it has nothing to do with things that
Yes.
you're acquiring, and you'll get it on your own, like
You'll get it
like
the
a
right
byproduct,
way.
like you said.
You'll get
Right.
it the right way. If your morals and
Yeah,
values
you'll
are in
find.
check, you'll
There you
be
go.
able to attain external things the right way, right? You're not duping people, you're not stealing it, you're not
And that is so
tricking
important,
people.
man.
That's it. That's what I'm looking at right there. Thank you for filling that in for me.
Because that's
I
just
got you.
like
Same
we're
wavelength on that one.
get our wings in Valhalla. That's our goal.
See?
Wicca, 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 19, clear the line. Brandon, can you hear me?
Cutting out there.
Baby,
Our
kill your
biggest
camera.
goal, if your biggest goal is to get your wings in heaven, am I not coming through? Because I can hear you guys clear. Am I not coming
Yeah,
through?
yeah. It's a little choppy,
No.
but we can hear you.
Okay.
Copy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like that purpose thing, looping back to what you just said is the most important thing, I think, you know, is to get everything the right way. But honestly, just get your wings in heaven, man. You know, make God so proud that that's your purpose, is to get your wings in heaven.
Punch in your ticket. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And I got rid of a lot of my possessions lately. I had so many goddamn blue jeans. I made a huge pile and got rid of them. I hate friggin' blue jeans. I hardly ever wear them shits anyway. And so I was going on a little bit of a purge, and you know, there was a liberating feeling from just getting rid of a bunch of stuff that I hardly ever use anyway, you know, and just kind of dwindling the pile down kind of is liberating. You know, it takes a little bit of weight off of you, and you know, to just be living with the basic needs, the stuff that you need, you know, I think that's ultimately where it's at, to simplify your life.
That's why nature is so beautiful, right? Because you can only take so much shit with you out into nature, but then nature provides everything else.
You just brought up the biggest thing right there. Like, you know, if you're moving through life and you're backpacking, you know, think about how much fucking shit you got to take with you. You know,
Right?
like
Your
like
basic needs.
yeah, exactly. Going with nature, where you grab a backpack and you head out and you throw a tent. Like, you know, if you look at everything in your house and you look at, or even the bullshit, even all the bullshit that you fucking carry, or like emotional fucking baggage that you carry through life, like fucking dump that fucking shit off. Cause like,
Right?
man, if I had to take a trek across the world with all of my shit right now, I wouldn't make it past the corner. So I got some shit to dump off.
Yeah.
What if your house is burning down and you got to grab?
Well,
what are you going to grab when your house is burning down? Right? You can only grab a couple things. You know, you grab the cat, the dog, and freaking your phone. I don't know. Everything else, you're just gonna have to freaking leave.
I make sure everything's out. I just make sure everyone's out and watch the rest of it burn.
Yeah, you get all beating hearts out of the freaking building and get yourself out, and that's really all you can do.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm just gonna put something out there. What do you truly spiritually desire? Because your desires can be very poisonous, and
oh my God, right?
You know, and to be, man, this one's
free
got
from
me.
Self.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I desire,
like,
to be free from self and ego.
Yeah, and how about this one? Not settling. You know, not settling for, you know, like everybody, you know, in this world, true love. What about that one? What about that one? For real. For real. No bullshit.
There's a lot
of
settling out there in that regard.
Yeah. And how healthy is that? That's not spiritually healthy if you're settling for what? Just because? Just because you met somebody? Just because this? Just because that? No. No. You know? And, you know, then you're looking at desires and self-gratification, and it's a real, you know, that's why I guess I would say there's good and evil, right? So, you know, I think, you know, if you are going towards the light, you got to watch your step. You got to really watch your step and what you're doing. And I think it's pretty fragile, to be honest. I mean, it can be. I mean, it can be enlightening. And if you're on the path and you're really focused and you're, you know, doing all the right things, but, you know, be aware. Be aware, because I mean, I think all of us know in this group, after the meeting is done in the morning, here comes life.
Right.
Here comes life. Life starts coming at you. And I find that you know, you get back into those thoughts of just old thoughts, just how you're wired, and, you know, to really be conscious of your thinking. And that is sometimes can be a little bit overwhelming. I'll use the word, overwhelming, you know, to see, wow, really, is that how I'm thinking? Or, you know, really, is that what I'm doing? Wow, okay, really doing a triple check. I sat here this morning and I kind of was like, ooh, man, I don't know about that. Or is that the right thing? Should I really be, you know, thinking that way or doing that, or whatever? Just little things that add up. They compile, right? You know, anyways, it's spirituality is, and then you hit spots. You'll have different, like, moments of clarity where you do feel really at peace and, you know, you're in a good place. That comes around too. But for me, it's not all the time. It's not all the time. It's just not. So it's the constant practice of looking at self. And, you know, I got to say the truth. is being really, it's being hard on yourself. Like disciplining yourself is ooh, so it's profound. It's profound, man.
Constant
So, yeah.
practice,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
you know,
it's a lot. So
constant
Yeah, because
practice.
you're building a more robust character that can handle yesterday's problems a lot easier today.
yeah. But are
And
you
that's what we're
truly
going for.
being
Sure.
good? Are you truly being good? Where
Right.
where are your intentions for self? Where are your intentions for self? Or are you you know, really trying to fulfill your wants? You know, I don't know. The game of life, and yeah, you got to really, yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but that's the lifestyle, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
That's exactly why I'm sitting here, is to be doing that. And you know, I'm glad that this has come up, because you know it's time to reflect again. It's a
Yeah.
time to sit back and reflect and go, you know, take another hard look at yourself. Take another hard look, you know. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's a gooder. This is good. This is the work right here, is looking at self and reevaluating where you're at, right? Spiritually, and what you truly want to put out there, right, as a person. So,
And being accountable to your mishaps, your slips,
oh,
you know.
fucking 1,000%. 1,000%. Yes. Yes.
Right.
And
Sure.
you know, it's, you know, not that goes for the world. That goes for everybody out there. Really. I gotta say, like, are you really taking a hard look at yourself and what you're projecting? Man, I'm just, oof. Man, I'm taking a hard look, and it's like, okay, I gotta do some work here. So
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of work myself, you know. But I just I want to keep practicing that spiritual connection, you know, the
yeah,
journaling, the meditation, the reading of spiritually enlightened people. Man, that helps, reading the thoughts of you know, people who have really evolved highly spiritually.
yeah,
That is something else. That is a luxury in my eyes, you know, to be able to read their thoughts,
yeah.
you
Well,
know.
the really good thing about this is right now, having that, being in the moment and saying, hey, I can work on this right now. I can take a look at myself here now, and you know, take a little bit of time here, and you know, take a look at myself, and yeah, I'm working on it. Fuck it, right?
Hell
I'm
yeah.
working on it, and at least at least we're sitting here, you know, we're sitting here, uh, you know, putting in that work. Truly, at least we're sitting here going, okay, whoa, you
Yeah.
know, I'm
Where
not
do
going to
I
be
need work?
acting a certain way, you know, pulling a little, you know, your what is that, you know, your little fits, or your little attitude, you know, little adjustment bullshit, right? Where it's like, really, I was acting. Now I look back and I go, oh man, whoa, that was just horrendous. You know, in my
Right.
past was horrendous. To now is completely different. But that the um opportunity to change, the opportunity to change is there. So that's where I'm at, is you know, take that opportunity to hear things and go, hey man, yeah, at least I can reflect on that, and work on it, and then
Right.
look back and go, oh man, that was a real fucking asshole. You know, you can look back and say, hey, you know, I wasn't acting acting accordingly there. So I
Right.
can,
At least you're aware of it when your old self taps you on the back and you realize that you're acting from your old self, you know. You
exactly,
change it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
change it. Anyone else got something? Or should we end here? We could do a quick
Round the room.
Yeah, around the room. We'll go around the room. Brandon, what you got? Final word.
This is a really good meeting. I really appreciate being here with you guys. It's an honor to just continue to work. That's all I'm thinking right now. Is like I'm really blessed to be able to work with guys that can work in such a humility and such an honest pursuit of self-development and spirituality and physical fitness that is not so ego inflated, and everyone's searching to find the truth for and not searching to and not trying to be the truth, that where no one's really fixated on being right so much, everyone's fixated on learning so much. And I just so appreciate that rare modality from everyone here. And I think it's actually really necessary for the majority of your journey to just be in that modus operandi or modality of keeping your ego in check. As the meeting started, just before we hit record, keeping the demons in check, keeping
Yes.
identifying and doing the self-analyzation, which a lot of people don't do, and they have no moral code, and they're never self-analyzing anything. They don't give a shit. They'll just walk right all over you, and that's normal. In fact, I even know some people that are like, hey man, why are you so thorough? Why are you on time? Why do you give a shit so much? And it's just like,
He's
why
so
the
thorough.
fuck are you saying that? Like we're definitely on two different ends of the spectrum, dude. You know what I mean? And I just don't give a shit. I just don't really give a fuck what's cool. I give a fuck what's authentic. And once you go through enough life, son, you will too. You know what I mean? And so
yes.
and so I just can't. After a minute, I just can't stand the world, and I'm in love with people like what's in this room. I'm just really in love and awe and in admiration of people in this, like, on this journey and in this room and with this candor. And and honestly, just as a naturalist observer, if everybody could take that on, man, we might be in some Avatar movie wonder paradise. Who knows the possibilities if we actually wanted to progress rather than degress, which is what we're doing. You're either going up or you're going down. So thank you, everyone in this room, for going up. And yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, man, that was
That's
awesome.
what's up. Those are
Yeah.
some final words right there. That's what's up. All right, Aaron, what you got?
If a person's looking for, if they believe that they're lacking true fulfillment and happiness, then they need to, take a page from this book right here, that it's probably you are seeking that happiness and fulfillment in the external world. And if you work on, the external, well, the internal experiences and the personal development, I guarantee the person will have a such deeper sense of happiness and fulfillment that isn't validated by material possessions or acclimates or anything. You're just happy because you've done the work, you've pulled off the tasks only you set forth for yourself, not anybody else, and you pulled them off, and there's such a deeper sense of fulfillment in that, and all five of us know that very well, and that's why we keep coming back here, and that's why we want to pass that on to others and get others to experience that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I got.
There you
Well,
go.
what it is, I'll just check. I'll just do a quick check out here. Self check and being truly humbled. You know, like being truly humbled, but to yourself, like humbling yourself is just wow, man. Something came
Yes.
over me. I don't know what happened this morning with what's been said here, but man, talk about reflecting. Talk about reflecting, and you know, where are you at? Man, wow. Like holy. So, you know, what a like Brandon says, I mean, this like we're just so lucky. I don't know, man. There's something's out there because we're lucky to be here. We're lucky to be here and talk about this because
Absolutely.
Guardian angels.
there's something going on, guys, because I can feel it. You know what I mean? So you know, talk about being tapped in at the moment. The big guys watching right now for sure, because it's a little bit emotional for sure for me. In all the
Yep.
life experiences, right? So yeah, I just want to be, you know, thankful for being here this morning, and take another hard look at myself for sure. And I think it's what it is the self what is that instant gratification, or the self want to fulfill your own needs is a big one, right? So
Yeah.
be you know, just
So
be
true.
really cautious in what you want, and you know what you're after, because I think a lot of the time it might not be right for you, right? You might just be filling a void. You might just be, you know, putting a band-aid on something to for a quick fix.
Escape.
Yeah, a quick fix or a settle or whatever the case may be. And if you're in an unhealthy situation, you no matter how much it hurts, you have to walk away a lot of the time, whatever situation it is, relationship, work, any daily situations. This just doesn't go on one thing, right? So yeah, man, I'm grateful to be up this morning and be able to go to get on with the day. Get on with the day today. So yeah, thanks
I'd
guys.
like to add one
Thanks,
thing to what are you
Patrick.
saying there?
I
A
appreciate your
support
words.
system. A person needs a support system if they want to make change and stuff, right? If you're in a bad relationship, you need to find people that can encourage you positively to get out of that, right? And give you some resources. Or if you want a career change, blah blah, you need a support system, because it's hard to do stuff on your own, you know, especially
Yes,
if you're
it
not
is.
accustomed to making big big changes in your life without, you know, a lot of people don't ever make big changes in their life until their hands forced, right? Until you
Yeah.
need to. And then, well, I
Yeah.
mean, you need to do it, so it's just going to happen anyway.
Yeah, or it's given to you as a gift. You know what
Well,
I mean?
exactly.
It's not,
The silver lining blessing there.
Something you need.
Yes. One
yeah,
door
yeah. And
closes, another one opens.
yes, but you're given something and touched by something from above. Like, and I'm not a religious man. I am not. You guys have to understand this. It's a universal touch, or a spirit that touches you, that pushes you in some direction of goodness. When
Patrick, you're not religious, right? But do you believe in a higher power
that's what
greater than yourself?
well, that's what I
Right?
mean. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Touch
That's
Yeah,
what I
from
get
above.
yeah.
at.
Touch. There's some
I
sort
mean,
of
religion's
spiritual push.
man-made.
There's some sort of spiritual push that I've received to go in a good direction and experience people and take them for who they are and find the good in them, and do not
That's what's up.
and take all the good. I find that people go after the bad, and it's like, I'm just going to go for the good in somebody and leave the rest behind. And geez, I'm choking up a little bit here, because I think that's the most important thing to do. Why are we looking at the faults? The fault in you, or the fault in this, and this is bad, and you did this and you did that. How about just straight forgiveness? Straight forgiveness, and say, hey, you made a mistake. I forgive you.
Right? Go look
You
in the
know?
mirror.
Go look in the mirror and say, hey, I like you for who
Own
you
it.
are. And we make mistakes, and you said something, and it wasn't, it's up to you to, like Kevin says, the decision of the guillotine effect is a big decision. It's a big decision, right? So take the good. This is for the world too, right? Take the good and put your negative attitude and your shit talk in the fucking toilet. Because it's just bringing you down too. It's not
It really is.
It's not helping. It's not helping you. It's not helping you. It's actually taking you down. And if you want to go down, you know what that means? You're going the other fucking way. Right? So, yeah, spiritual awakenings and being good is the ultimate.
Hell yeah.
That's the ultimate search, right? So
Yes, dude.
that's
Nail hit the head.
what I got,
Nail
guys.
on.
So
Yeah,
thanks a
got
lot.
it.
Thanks a lot.
That was good stuff, Patrick.
Nice,
Sure.
dude. Nice.
All right, Kevin, what you got? Closing words?
Just you guys are awesome. That's it. You guys said everything. I'm not following up nothing on that. That's done. Check
Touched
check
on it
yourself
all.
before you wreck yourself. Done.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Rex and
We got a
effects.
fresh month, guys. May 1st today, right? So we
Oh
Been
yeah,
banging
May
out the
1st,
months,
right
and we
on,
got
right on, right on.
Sound
Isn't that
fresh.
cool? Yeah. So
yep,
heading into summer.
exactly. Turn a page
Heading into
there.
summer.
So
Yeah. Well, this
Right
has
on,
been the
guys.
All In Within Mastermind Alliance, and you have a great day out there.
crush it.
Peace out.
Reach
Okay.
out if you need to.
Yeah.
And